He would kind of fuck all of us up. Like in the Ditto, he was crazy at the Ditto. We couldn't understand how he played it. I saw one of his sets. So I saw the Hungrybox set. He beat Hungrybox twice in an online tournament. And now that I'm like not playing, I was able to look at it without like a bunch of like bitter jealousy in my soul. And I was able to look at it objectively and try to understand why he was so good at like a lot of these weird matchups. And I realized that the way Plup plays is he's taking advantage of Samus's tankiness and saying, my neutral is going to be to rush you down, trade. I'm not trying to win every neutral exchange, but Samus is built to survive. I'm a bulky offensive type, right? Okay. So he's just going in and trusting that his punish game, when the trades work out in his favor, is going to be better than yours. He's going to make them count. Yeah. So he's like, hit me all you want. I'm going to keep living. This is Samus' strength, but I'm going to make it hurt every time. And it was cool to see.
What do you think is, what was your approach?
I try to not get hit. I try to be very careful.
Okay, so that's totally different.
Totally different.
It's a different approach, but still, you're using the Samus artillery to its advantages. It's just a different way to put that particular character.
Yes, like I trust that I will lose some neutral exchanges and I'll live, but I'm not trying to take advantage of my tankiness as much. Like, I'm giving myself more chances to win neutral, whereas Plup doesn't care. He's just down to use his health meter as much as possible as a resource.
Do you feel like, is that because his tech skills outrageous?
It's
his
outrageous.
Timings are outrageous.
His speed is outrageous. His tech
skill
is outrageous. Yes, that's exactly it. He has the tools to be able to do that.
You say maybe you don't, but
you
don't play that style, so you don't need to have insane.
I don't play that style, but I also don't think I had it like Plup when it came to tech ability. I just didn't.
What would it take, you think, Hugo, for me to have it like Plup?
To have Plup's tech ability?
Have it like Plup with Falcon or something.
Okay, one thing would be that
I'd have to work multiple hours per day. I would need a regimen.
You need a regimen. You need to train it very effectively, and then you probably need to get 10 years younger.
Dang, but I can't do that.
You can't do that last one. Yeah, that's the problem.
You think there's an age thing? I have the box though, so I think it's geriatric or whatever. It's good.
I'm messing around. Like the age thing, it's funny because some people think that at a certain age you're kind of done with competing.
Right.
All it really does is it affects your
video
your
games.
reaction
I would
time.
say uniquely would have you. Oh my goodness, Rom. Putting a period on that.
Yeah. That was nice.
Well, were you going back to the match?
No, I wasn't. You were saying I just felt bad that the match just happened real quick. I'm not going to back to the match. You know.
I'm sorry. I thought that I was feeling some back to the match energy.
No.
My mistake.
I'm waiting for you to finish your thought.
My mistake. What was I saying?
You getting good at like Plup level. You getting your Plup sauce.
Oh yeah, video games. Okay, I get that there's an age limit for football, America. Like
yes,
that
right?
league.
Physical limitations.
You are. Yeah. There's a real limit there, and I could see that there's sort of a continuum that goes in a certain direction. Maybe golf, you could be good older. You know, maybe there's certain sports where
old golf players.
You could compete at a very high level. And then I see video games as like kind of, maybe that's a little bit generous. Maybe we could, if Melee continues to exist for 10 years, might Mango still be really good? Might 40-year-old people be pretty good?
I think 40-year-old people can be pretty good. And the only thing that I think really deteriorates is reaction time, but we're talking like omega fractions of a second, to the point where there's so many other things involved in this game that it doesn't matter. Like, you have that one weakness, but the games aren't defined by that one thing.
Yeah.
Right?
The other thing, so I'm doing like Drug Fox lessons.
Oh, nice.
And he does talk a lot about just the Melee physics engine. Like, the more you play this game, the more the physics engine becomes a thing that you can intuit. And I feel like the more years you put in, the more situations you've seen and the better your prediction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have a lot more data, and so
a lot of data that drives your intuition. Like,
exactly.
You don't realize it, but the data you've gathered over the years is informing every decision you make.
And we know for a fact that you can react better to if you try to react in tech chase, if you look at the frames and you really notice what it looks like, your reaction time improves, period.
Yes.
It's not just reaction. If you know what you're looking for, it completely changes the equation. So there's an argument that reaction time may be a real disadvantage for people who are older, but the years of experience with the physics engine may compensate for that. That's definitely an advantage. And I have played this game You know what I mean? Old people like me, we've got a lot of experience.
Yes.
We played a lot of sets.
A lot of sets.
That
yeah.
said, if I don't grind, that's going to go down because people can play 8 hours a day nowadays. So they're going to catch up to my experience.
I think what actually affects older people is not the reaction time, but their will to keep playing, because there's just a lot of other things that they might want to do with their time.
Right.
Like, I was talking to SFAT. I hope he doesn't mind that I mentioned this, but we were just talking about the game and how long he's been playing. He's like, yeah, sometimes I'm at a point where I would just want to do different things with my life. I love Melee, I love competing, but sometimes I just want to try something different. And that's not because he doesn't care, it's because he's been in the game for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And it's just, you just get the desire to try something else. Whereas somebody who's like fresh, 20 years old, and they're into Melee, they don't care to do anything else. This is the most fun. This is all they care about. This is all they're doing. It's all good. But you do anything long enough, you kind of want to try other things. You know, it doesn't mean you won't come back. It doesn't mean you can't be good.
What about somebody who, for example, like got really good around 2009 or something like that, and then who really changed their focus or priorities on maybe a family or a job for multiple years?
What about
and then they were successful in that, and they kind of want to try something new from that.
You can go back. You know what I'm saying? Like this hypothetical person, right?
It sounds like it could be kind of good.
They had other focuses in life.
Exactly. There's something else that I got sick of because I wasn't able to do what Zach was doing. Basically, it was what, because Zach and I, you know, when I moved here 2009, I was beating Zach.
Okay. Yeah, no, you were rocking
him.
NorCal. Yeah. That's the lean era of Scar.
No, it's even before that.
Oh, before
Lean
that.
was a renaissance of Scar. I came and well, the truth is, SFAT was still, he was not good. He was not as good as he is today. Like, you know what I'm saying? He got really good.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I was beating him when he was on his come up. Like, I beat PPMD.
Let's go, Rom.
Rom took care of business, okay? That was a clean Falco.
Yeah. Solid. No, but continue. I love commentating with you, Scar.
Genesis 9. Genesis